Woman sues 12-year-old cyclist because her car got scratched when she hit him. Karen refuses to make her children wear masks to avoid them looking like a Muslim. Texas mayor broke her own stay-at-home order to go to nail salon. This is the supreme leader of all Karens. Texas woman banned from Walmart after eating half a cake, demanding to pay half price. The memes have officially killed off the name Karen. Stats Canada reports not one baby has been named Karen since November 13, 2019. Woman filmed telling a Chinese bus driver to go back to China while they are in China. Yes, the K word is stronger than the N word, at least currently. Stop saying. Free solar event eclipse party. Most kids go back to school that day. Can it be done on the weekend? Did this lady just ask to reschedule the sun? POV. Your job gets a new general manager, and on her first day, she says you can't work there because of my hair color. A customer got angry at me today. I made her coffee to go by accident, and now she's never coming back thanks to my actions. What's the male equivalent to the Karen? Is it Matthew? I feel like it's Matthew. Karen is a racist term. Be careful about adding this. Karen annoyed at a Taco Bell employee for the lack of cheese she has on her nachos. What do people named Karen think of the A Karen meme? I can't imagine they enjoy it. I do not enjoy it. Do you want to speak to the manager? Remind your kids not to play in the street and that there are basketball hoops at the park. Sick and tired of listening to their noise. Just a friendly reminder that you should call your animals by gender neutral or multiple pronouns. They can understand. And yes, it's possible for an animal to be trans. What? I went into Whole Foods and got to hear a woman arguing with the guy at the meat counter because she wanted grass-fed organic chicken, and he was desperately trying to explain to her that chickens don't eat grass. Just heard an American woman angrily tell an airport employee, if you don't speak English, then why are you working here? Ma'am, you're in Shanghai, China. Woman who marries herself, then cheats on herself, blames it on men. The children at my son's elementary school have started referring to me as Karen and mocking my chick hairstyle. Is there anything I can do in the way of legal action to prevent this? I am deeply offended. Welp, posting a question about suing 8-year-olds is probably the worst way to beat this stereotype. Karens will complain about people playing their music too loud, then proceed to play Candy Crush on full volume in a waiting room. I worked at Forever 21 as a cashier, and I guess the customer I rang up was an IG baddie because of a few people recognized her, but I didn't. And when I checked her out, she was like, this line is so long, do you know who I am? And I said, no, sorry. And then her card declined for $1.35, so he throws a bowl across the dining room to the person washing their car on their driveway. Thanks. My kid got wet shoes walking past your house. Small coffee, $5. Small coffee, please. $3. Hello. One small coffee, please. $1.75. I'm not saying please to someone below me. Judging by this comment, there is literally nobody below you. I want to speak to the manager of the United States of America. I thought it would be fun to teach my speech students, hello, my name is, in Spanish. Good afternoon. My son is one of your morning speech students. He came home speaking Spanish, which I found surprisingly inappropriate. My son is American and has spoken English his entire life. I appreciate the encouragement and patience you've had towards him, but don't confuse him with your Spanish words. He has done just fine knowing this country's language. Thank you. Hey, old lady who stole our doormat. You should probably bring it back. It's super weird, and you're way too old for this stuff. At Dollar Store General, and this boomer started bitching at the cashier because the car reader thing froze up, and I said, hey, give her a break. It's not her fault. Then she started yelling at me, and everybody in the line started yelling at her, and she left in tears, and it made me so happy. Fanciest house on our street, by a mile. Put a note in our letterboxes asking us to be very quiet from 2 p.m. today for a backyard wedding, and to be honest, I'm in awe of my neighbor who whipped out the lawnmower at 2 p.m. on the dot. She became the very thing she swore to destroy. Karen, general manager. Hate when people use their zodiac signs to justify bad behavior, like, sorry, I can't help it, I'm a Scorpio. No Karen, you're just a bitch. Mums should get a fast pass to the front of the line at coffee shops. Honey, you're 22 and slept 10 hours last night. Get to the back of the line. Imagine thinking you deserve special treatment for getting smashed. You probably just lost a lot of followers for this one. Stick to comedy. Hey, fuck you Karen. The one Karen we respect. My friend is hiring for his company and this resume came in. Military spouse. She's dead serious. Did you know that if a restaurant messes up your order manager, you can simply say, "Oh, actually I had a," instead of screaming at the 16-year-old employee, and they will still fix it for you. To the person who stopped the washer in the middle of my wash cycle and took my clothes out just to wash yours. Yeah, you're an asshole. Unfortunately for you, so am I. You can find your wet clothes frozen outside in the snow. Any problems? Come see me in 103. Vegan blocks access for customers wanting milk in 4 UK cities. Just reach over and grab it. They're probably calcium deficient and easily overpowered. I'd like to speak to the manager and the police. I'd like to speak to the police manager. Ellen DeGeneres reportedly once complained to Steve Jobs about her iPhone. She just lives in an incredibly privileged bubble. My manager was dealing with a mad customer, and the customer asks him if he can talk to the manager, and my manager goes, "Yeah, 1 second." And he does a dramatic 360 turn and goes, "Hi, I'm the manager. How can I help you today?" Karen Halloween costume sparks backlash among shoppers. Why is there a coyote on the bus? Probably because they can't drive Karen. The oldest customer complaint we currently know of complained about delivery of the wrong grade of copper. This restaurant unfortunately has been going downhill since 5 years ago. It used to be an exclusive restaurant only for the true wealthy, but now it is catered more to the middle class who want to feel special and rich. One person used to be $500 to $1,000, now for a mere $50, you can probably eat here, not including alcohol. What a joke, never going back. Woman sues McDonald's after she saw an advert for cheeseburgers and broke her fast. People say Karens are entitled, but we're not, insists Karen, who started a petition and went on the television to complain about people using the name Karen fictitiously in what is perhaps the most Karen thing any Karen has ever Karened. McDonald's sucks. Screw off, Barbara. Nick, we are very sorry about Nick's actions. We have let him go. Please contact us for a free coupon. If you ever speak to the manager and this guy walks out, just say thank you and leave. No, he is there to do his job, and that is to hear what I have to say. He may not like it, but it is his job. The fact that some people go to a restaurant and treat the staff like crap is ridiculous. You chose to go out to eat. If you feel the need to be rude while you're waiting for your food, stay the hell home and yell at your microwave. A girl in front of me kept pouring out her ice cream that was in her cone until she made a swirl she liked. There was no more chocolate ice cream left. A guy says he was questioned on a plane for doing maths during a flight. A woman sitting next to the Ivy League economist told the flight crew she had security concerns about the man after seeing him write in a foreign script. It turned out to be a differential equation. The girl sitting next to me gave herself an insulin shot in class yesterday, and the girl next to her said, "Can you not do that right now?" She replied with, "No, Deborah, I'd like to live." Have you ever been to a restaurant that does not give you the change when you paid for cash? My bill was $47.20 and I gave the waitress $100, and she only gave me back $53. I called over the manager, which was our waitress. She said we don't usually carry change. I told her to give back my $100 and I'll pay with a credit card. 80 cents would not kill me, but it's the principle. I'd redo your math. Yeah, they actually gave her more. Blind men verbally abused by activists claiming using guide dogs is cruel. A blind disability activist has spoken out about how he and a blind friend were verbally abused by an animal rights activist who had become angered by the sight of their guard dog. Our soccer's ref didn't show up, so one of the moms on our team had her 9-year-old son ref for us. He had a whistle, and a completely adult woman on the other team argued with one of his calls, and he yellow carded her in front of everyone. She had to sit in her car and calm down. Dear neighbor, you just moved into this neighborhood a year ago, and I wanted to give you time to correct this problem on your own, but apparently you are too inconsiderate to do so. Every day this week, when the weather has been nice and windows are open, you proceed to let your small child run free in your backyard and laugh and giggle and carry on without end. This is very disruptive for my 2 dogs and my bird who sits next to the window to look into your yard. Perhaps you could ask him to tone it down a bit. What? Or at least limit his outside time to 15 to 20 minutes a day, so my dogs can be outside without seeing him running around. If this kind of behavior persists, I will call the police. So I pulled up behind this woman at traffic lights, and she kept waving hand signals at me. She pulled over, and I went up next to her, and she kept talking shit about how I was too close to her and the traffic lights, and it might give her the virus.